Family Codex.
This is a story that belongs to you, and it belongs to someone else. It is a story of a certain journey.
It's a success! We really did it! It's too dangerous! We've got to get out of here!
Sir, the second defensive boundary field has been breached!
Doing?
I've got to hurry up. It's true. I couldn't waste any time. Because I didn't even have a single second to lose. It smells good. Are you still a fan of Darjeeling?
If it's hot and drinkable, I wouldn't mind if it was just water. I'm glad to see you looking so well, Archimon. Though I'm surprised you didn't proceed to Magecraft.
My skills being what they are, and my knowledge leaving much to be desired, I'm limited.
They say when someone's too humble, it sounds sarcastic. I think they may be onto something. So where are you working?
Well, I didn't like the vibe anywhere I went. So, I have a favor to ask. If it's not too much trouble, I'd like you to hire me to work at your company. Thoughts? Okay, Romani, you got this. Let's get started. We are accessing a resource from the history of humanity called heroic spirits. They're materialized using magical energy and put to work as servants. If a heroic spirit is not able to materialize by itself, we allow it to possess a human in order to become a servant. That is called a pseudo-servant. But the experiment isn't as simple as that. A human and a heroic spirit fuse, becoming a living, breathing weapon. It's a demi-servant project. You've been doing this for 10 years?
Yes, we have fostered countless units for the project. Out of all the units, she was the closest to perfection.
However, the heroic spirit that fused with her refused to assist us and went silent. That girl merely put a burden on her body for nothing and hasn't manifested any powers as a servant.
You're wrong. We succeeded in activating the relic. With this as the catalyst, our heroic spirit system experiments will stabilize. Servants are imperative to the preservation of humanity. Even if the race shift experiment were to succeed, it'd be nonsense if we didn't have any weapons on site. But thanks to her sacrifice, we can start work on a more reliable summoning system. So I wouldn't say her burden was for nothing.
Even so, she's a designer baby. Her cells degrade much quicker to begin with, and it's possible that rate is accelerated due to the experiment.
Not necessarily. By fusing with a heroic spirit, she'll maintain her physical body at her peak. There will be no aging due to cell degradation. Now, isn't that something to envy? She doesn't have to be able to fight, only stay alive. I'll have her accompany Team A just as a catalyst for summons. I don't expect any more from her, and neither should you.
I want to be assigned as her primary physician. That all right with you?
Answer this question first. Is this because of sympathy?
It's not. I am a physician. I'll simply be checking her health. Her condition is delicate. She won't last 2 years in anyone else's care but mine.
All right.
Senpai?
Nope. I got posted here at Chaldea 5 years ago, so I suppose technically you would be my senpai. Nice to meet you. My name's Romani Archimon. From now on, I'll be your primary physician. You can just call me Roman if you feel like it. Huh, no chair. Dr. Roman. Sounds better, doesn't it?
Roman, a wishful observation that tomorrow has many possibilities. That's what that word means, correct?
Wow, kid. You're still only 10 years old. What an impressive senpai.
Senpais teach, kohais learn. That is their relationship. But I haven't taught you anything at all. Shiba was responsible for inputting all of my knowledge, so in this instance, Shiba's the senpai.
Well, I guess I can't argue with logic like that.
Yes, that is the definition of senpai for me.
You don't say. Well, my interpretation differs slightly from yours. The way I see it, I think if there's anyone out there that you could possibly call your senpai, they would have to be somebody who is very naturally human.
What do you mean by very naturally human?
They'd express sadness and anger and joy. And they would be true to themselves even in the midst of others' emotions. Someone like that.
Communication. So that would be a senpai who teaches how to live?
That's right. Also, they'd be someone who can see what's beyond all of that.
So there's more?
Yep. They would be a philanthropist. Friendly. Compassionate. And they'd act for someone else's sake rather than their own, for no reason. It's a strong virtue, and one that I think is uniquely human.
You mean they would be altruistic rather than egotistic? Isn't that a disadvantage? It goes against animal instinct.
Yes, it does. It's what humans do. They're creatures that think about their actions, and they must make very complicated decisions. But that's all the more reason why someone with the will to put themselves at a loss for the sake of others is of such great interest.
Oh, Yes, I see. I suppose I will add these new conditions to my meaning of senpai. Do you not consider yourself a senpai?
I'm still learning, nothing more than a fledgling. Now, as part of becoming your primary physician, there's something important I've got to discuss with you. It's about your lifespan. Since you are a designer baby, your cells degrade quickly. Even if you were to properly keep yourself healthy, you'll live to 18 at most. First of all, do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yes. All creatures have limited lifespans. As for me, I'll remain functional as long as I'm able.
Okay. This is gonna be more complicated than I thought.
Trying to maintain my health, I assume?
Well, that too. But that all depends on how much effort I put in. As long as I'm alive, I'm gonna keep you in top form. The problem is... Actually, never mind that. So once again, glad we met. MASH.
Utterly ridiculous.
Okay, calm down. Heroic spirit number 3? I mean, Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, but I am calm. I'm merely speechless at all this stupidity, protecting the future of humanity with so little to work with. Demi-servant experiments to boot? Inefficient and inhumane, not one shred of beauty to be found here. If you had summoned me much earlier, I wouldn't have let mediocre men perform such an imbecilic act of folly.
I totally understand how you feel. Something like this isn't just. Every time I look at her, I remember the truth. What we're doing's a mistake. I refuse to forget that.
You, sir, are a very special kind of idiot. Oh, Romani, do you know how tough this path will be?
You don't happen to know any magecraft that can reveal the sky, do you, Professor Leff?
Why the sudden curiosity? I'll indulge you. I suppose my answer would be, there is one, but it's meaningless. Instead of making the skies of Chaldea sunny, it would be cheaper to head out to Antarctica. The sky there is more beautiful anyway.
I see. Well, I guess that's that.
But why are you asking something like this? Are you a doctor getting homesick?
No way. Just wondering.
Is it MASH?
Yeah.
I see. That's rather intriguing. I was invited here to Chaldea as a mage in order to create the near-future observation lens, Sheba. During that process, I spent time tutoring MASH. It was only for magecraft, but I'm sure I've spent more time with her than you. She's been raised to be as innocent and good-natured as possible in both mind and body, so that she'll be able to assimilate any heroic spirit in due time.
Indeed. MASH's mental activity is very stable. She shows no sway in her emotions because her logic is perfect. But there's nothing we can do about the pain she feels physically. The mandatory periodic checkups cause her distress. Distress will turn into terror, and soon, hatred. A heart that's been continually tortured as such shouldn't stay innocent. But she has.
Somehow kept her innocence. She doesn't compare her lot in life to that of others, you see. That's why she never harbors any envy or hate for anyone. For her, every single human she meets is a senpai of life, in a sense. She admires every person who is living their life to the fullest. No matter how much pain or injustice she's put under, MASH would only try to learn about the good parts of humans. She said she liked the vibe when someone was smiling, and that it made her happy seeing them like that. Come to think of it, the same thing can be said for all of us. It's not unusual, it's just the way of things, Romani. That said, isn't it intriguing? How she'll mature is a complete mystery. It's something no one can predict. Innocent may sound like a good thing, but it also means she's immature and naive. Even after the ugliness of humanity and the dark side of history, will she still admire mankind? That's the one thing about her that worries me.
What is it that you desire? Oh, it's you. You're 5 minutes late. It's not like you at all. You want me to stop Chaldeus, huh? Your request is rather difficult. The preservation of humanity or my own life? Which will I prioritize? It goes without saying.
Oh no, the flame of Chaldeus!
That day came all too soon. Humanity will cease to exist as of 2016. After finding the cause of such abnormal phenomena, Chaldeus investigated all information for the past 2,000 years. And so, it found Spatial Singularity F. In 2004 AD, in a city in Japan, it located an unobservable realm, a foreign substance that didn't exist up to 2015. Chaldea assumed this was the cause of humanity's extinction, proposed the Ray Shift experiment to the UN, and the project was passed. Ray Shift is the conversion of humans to spiritrons and transporting them to the past to intervene in matters. To be blunt, it's time travel to the past. And MASH was selected to be in Team A, in charge of the first mission. In any case, the director here really hates me. People slack off if I'm on site, she says. Well, nothing to do about that. I may not look it, but I'm working hard.
Excuse me.
Sorry, it's occupied. Wait a second. Who are you?
I remember back then, I never questioned anything. The pain they inflicted, my limited lifespan, my own way of existence. You know what? You're the first one to enter my room to examine me.
Oh, no kidding. If you all can communicate emotions through glass walls, Chaldea's more advanced than I thought. I'm still only a fledgling, so I can't have a proper conversation unless I speak face to face. If you don't mind, I want you to share with me everything you think and feel. I can get to know you better if we're in the same room. Not to mention, you may feel warmer. Summon case number 2? Well, no, that doesn't fit. Hello there. Nice to meet you, MASH Kyrielite.
Hello there. Nice to meet you, Dr. Romani. If you were to say a reaction like this is what you'd expect from a human, this moment may have been my very first time reacting like one.
Hey, MASH, good morning. How you feeling today?
Since that day, the doctor spent a lot of time having conversations with me. For me, anything and everything was a completely new experience. We talked about what I felt, what I thought, what I liked, what was dear to me, and what I felt was warm. He sometimes told me amusing tales of what happened that day, and I sometimes had to listen to him complain. Gradually, I became more and more drawn to the temperature of the outside world.
Good morning, MASH. I have some really good news for you. Your vitals have been quite excellent recently. And your brainwaves have all been stable, so if this keeps up, you won't need to stay in here anymore. When that happens, you'll officially be a full-fledged researcher in Chaldea.
Thank you so much, Romani.
I have an idea. When the time comes, let me treat you to something to celebrate. Can you think of anything that you would want? Like some sweets, a book, or toy. Isn't there anything you want? Whatever it is, I'll get it if I can.
Actually, I'd like to go outside. Going outside and looking up at the clear sky. That was the one and only thing I desired that I could think of.
Unfortunately, Chaldea is on a wintry mountain 6,000 meters above sea level. All you can see outside is a blizzard. But very rarely, the skies will clear up and you'll see a beautiful starry sky. I'm sure that someday, you'll have a chance to see it as well.
Fo? Recently, this strange little creature started snuggling up next to me. What about you, Fo? Have you ever seen a starry sky? Looks like there are stormy skies again today. Fo? Wait a minute. Please, wait! The first thing I wished for was the sky.
Our king has taken pity on the humans and declared he would release them from the premise of death. But I don't know. Don't you agree, Mash? Do you think humans truly contain that much value within them?
What will you come to love? What will you come to detest? What do you feel is precious? And what will you perceive as evil? Those are choices you must make for yourself. We learn about many things and encounter many landscapes. That is how your life becomes substantial. You see, it's not that you create the world creates you.
An eternal empire continues to exist, even though emperors change, countries change, and names change. That is the law of human prosperity. That is the family tree of lives called humanity.
Wrongdoers do good deeds at times, and good men do evil deeds at times. That's how humans are. That's how we all are. That's how you know there's always some hope for everyone.
Why do you fight, knowing that life will eventually end? Knowing that life is already spent and gone, why do you cling to it, trying to continue to live? Even though you realize that in your future there is not one shred of salvation waiting for you.
Ms. Mash, a dream and a desire are different things. Have a long, hard look at reality and take stock of the odds. Fighting with everything they've got to the end is how the path of the Wisher is paved. My advice is this. You should live your life for your own sake from here on out.
There's no logic behind my actions. I do things how I want to do them. No, that's not it. I hold my head high and do what I believe must be done. You are the same as me. I just know it.
The first thing I wished for was the sky. But it was only a dream where I waited at the windowsill during an endless blizzard. Now, things are different. I experienced so much and met so many people. I felt the vastness of the world and the warmth of people. Yes, that's right. I feel it. Who I am is taking shape. My true desire, what I dream about, the shape of my heart has been created on this journey. I feel as though I'm going to come to life. And then, it will be my turn to show the world exactly who I've become. Please, may I take your hand? Thank you so much, Senpai. Today, we're executing our ray shift to the 7th singularity. And so, I will be embarking on another journey.